Hello everyone and welcome to a very late sample Sunday. It's me, Phil again, and we are chatting today about Plantation Grande Reserve. Reserva, Grande Reserve, however you like to pronounce it. This is a roughly 5-year-old rum, combination of column and pot still distillate again, aged originally in Barbados and then transferred to Ferrand casks for I think the last year of its life. Excuse me. 40% alcohol, and they do admit on their website that they do add caramel to the batches. Quite a small amount. They measure it between 0.0 to 0.1% depending on the batch and if they need to add colour to make the batch look the same as the last one. But comparing it to the original dark, which also does have some colouring in it, this is the original dark, this is the Grand Reserve. Quite a colour difference between the two. Yeah, caramel everywhere. Just showing you off this box again because it is quite a wonderful thing to look at. And yeah, the last three in this range are going to be quite fun. But this is, I suppose, the last of the standard rums. Loved by bartenders world round, again, according to Plantation's website, and something which does make a pretty good cocktail, if I do say so myself. Chat to some people who are sort of plantation aficionados, and a lot of them say this is like their least favourite in the range. I've tried it before, this one, and I thought it was quite nice. But let's smell, taste, and get this video out because it's already overdue. Oh, okay, a much cleaner nose. The 3-star rum, the white rum, and the original dark, which we've done previously. The 3-star was like pre-made daiquiri, pre-made margarita, lime, sugar, salt, that kind of thing. The original dark was more that brown sugar, kind of Coca-Cola-y note. And this is like a combination of the two. You get a huge waft of like citrus juices, lime, a little bit of pineapple, even a little bit of banana. And then there is kind of like a toned down style of like sugar, kind of lighter sugars, not necessarily toffee and burnt sugars, but more just like a light caramel. And even though it's 40%, there is like a heat, something that kind of radiates through my nostrils. The alcohol is a little bit spikier, for want of a better word. But yeah, there's like some like fun, funky, banana-y thing happening in the background. I believe there is still some Jamaican content in this, so that could be what that is. And there's also like I think it might be the saltiness which is having like an influence on me, but almost like a pistachio-y powdered sugar kind of thing as well. It does begin to mellow out a little bit. It's been in the glass for about 15-20 minutes at this point. But generally, sweet, quite approachable. Let's taste. Initially, you do get that banana thing. It's the first tasting note, and indeed the last. Almost like banana sweets, like kind of caramelized banana. Almost, and not in a bad way, but like that taste of artificial banana where it's like really caramelly and quite sweet. I'm just looking at the bottle, and the bottle does actually state on the top of it Barbados, so I don't think there's any Jamaican rum in this at all, because a few of the other ones in this range state where they're from at the top. So I think this is just Barbados stock. A lot of banana. The caramel thing follows through with the banana. That's quite typical. There's a little bit of like a creamy note and a creamier texture to it. Even though it's only 40%. It's quite a clean feel with really good texture. It's not a shouty rum. It's not a particularly loud product. But I do really enjoy the finish on it. It's these mellow, almost agave-like earthiness, which is odd considering of the three we've tried so far, this is the oldest one. But I think there's one of the fun things about rum, it can almost, like replicate and offer alternatives for pretty much every spirit style. and I like that kind of earthy, slightly richer, almost agave-like feel that this has to it. On the third sip, there's a bigger indication of youth. It seems a little bit brighter. There's no oak on it at all. That cognac finishing though has provided like a nice, kind of typical raisiny, soft fruit note to it. But overall, quite tasty. I still think the 3-star is my favourite of the 3 so far, but I do prefer this to the original dark. Again, a full-size bottle of this. This is the sample bottle which came in the set. A full-size bottle of this is around sort of £25–27. It's not an expensive rum. I think for that it's quite good for what it is as well. But of the 3, I'm still leaning towards the Plantation 3-star, the white rum. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next week. Cheers.